In Bone Scholars, we are always trying to give you some tips on communication skills, how we can improve our communication skills. Now, I'm going to start, you can call it a series where I'm going to read, and while reading, we'll be figuring out lots of vocabulary. And this, in a way, is going to be learning communications or learning English by reading. How do we improve our vocabulary using a lot of readings? Now, what I picked up for you is it's 1001 natural wonders you must see before you die. Now, here there are 1001 natural wonders which are listed, and there is a description given for all those. And I'm going to read all that because it has got lots of beautiful words or vocabulary being used to describe a particular thing, a particular place. I'm sure it is going to be useful to those who would listen to this video of mine. Now we will. I'll put this description in the description of what I'm reading in the description box. I'll try to fit in there so that you can read it again. Or actually, it is what I'm reading is material from Reader's Digest. Now they have compiled it. 1001 Natural Wonders You Must See Before You Die. And I'll be reading this compilation, and it's a huge material. And there are several, the compilations like this existing, which you can actually read to improve your vocabulary. And of course, in this process, you enhance your communication skills. Let's go ahead and see how we can really do it. I think this is going to be and in the process we're going to see that how it really figures out and how it really would work for us. Now, the first chapter or the first place, the natural wonder that has been listed in this compilation is Ellesmere Island. Now, most of the people I've heard, what I've seen that most of the people even call it island. The spelling is Island, but it's pronounced as island. Now let's go ahead. Now, Ellesmere is a let me pronounce it again. Ellesmere is a vast desert island, the 10th largest island in the world. Not a tropical paradise, but an icy wilderness at the top of the world. A place of undulating ice fields, rugged grey-black mountains, and boulder-strewn glaciers. For nearly 5 months a year, the sun is not seen here at all. But in midsummer, it shines for 24 hours a day, not even dipping below the northern horizon. We call it horizon, northern horizon. The island's northern extremity is Cape Columbia, just a stone's throw, 497 miles stone's throw, just a stone's throw, very close from the North Pole. Its highest point is the peak of Mount Burbio, above sea level. Deep fjords, the spelling of the fjords is Fjords, fjords. Now these are the narrow passages with tall standing mountains. These things are called, these kind of natural, which is existing, a natural thing which is existing is called fjords, such as the Archer's fjords. Indent its coastline means they are all placed along the coastline. The cliffs here plunge 2,300 feet to the tumultuous sea below. Winter temperatures can drop up to -49 Fahrenheit, and the sea freezes solid. The land, however, remains dry for most of the year. Surprisingly, there is a little precipitation, no more than 2.5 inches a year. Summer temperature from late June to late August rarely rises above 45 Fahrenheit, although it can be warmer on the days without clouds. It's a true wilderness with just three settlements: Eureka, Alert, and Grace Fjords. Now, this is a description written for Ellesmere Island, and this is in Canada. I mean, the location is Canada. And now, what did we learn? What did we learn in this? What we learned, the words, I mean, what I find is that which could be useful is wilderness is one of the words. Undulating, rugged, boulders strewn, glaciers, and then further what I found is just at a stone's throw. Stone's throw means whenever something is very close to us, we can say it's a stone's throw. From North Pole, its highest point is the peak of Mount Burbio. Okay, Fjords is another word which is nice, and we should be knowing about it. Fjords, Fjords, fjords. Indent its coastline. The cliff. There's a movie called Cliffhanger as well. The cliff here plunge 2,300 feet to the tumultuous sea below. Plunge. The cliffs here plunge. Now, plunge is another word. Tumultuous to the tumultuous sea below. Tumultuous is another vocabulary word that you can note it down. Winter temperatures can drop down to 49 degrees. The sea freezes solid. The land, however, remains dry for most of the year. Surprisingly, there is a little precipitation. Precipitation, I think these are all geographical terms. You can try to find out about these things. No more than 2.5 inches summer temperature. Wilderness is another word. Okay. Now we have another one. Let me just read because these are small, so we can read one more. Now, there is one more natural wonder called Mackenze Delta. The Mackenzie River flows into the Beaufort Sea across a delta front which is about 50 miles wide. During the dark, cold days of winter, it is hard to see that the delta exists at all. The river is frozen and blends in with the flat coastal plain, but by springtime the ice has melted, revealing a fan-shaped network of rivers. When there are a lot many rivers flowing across, you can call it a network of rivers. This is how we use English, to sound really better. I mean, when you can really talk in these terms, network of rivers. Whenever you have some, small tributaries or maybe some rivers close to you, you can see that that's a beautiful network of the rivers. Instead of saying that there are a lot many rivers around in that place, you can say it's a network of rivers in that zone, in that area. Streams, lakes, and islands. The layout is never the same, the sand and mud changing the course of channels and building or eroding islands. Eroding islands. Eroding is another word. Erosion. Erosion is something like when something gets wiped off with a lot of um, it could be erosion could be because of, normally it is considered because of the water. When it takes away the earth, it takes away the material with it, and then there's hardly any land base available for you. So that's eroding islands. And the most recognizable features are conical mounds known as pangos. I hope I'm pronouncing them correct. There are over thousands of these dotted around the delta, the largest concentration in the world. At the center of each is a black. On the center of it is a block of solid ice that pushes up the soil into a hillock. The mounds grow each other, but the number of them collapse in spring when the heat melts their ice core. The center caves in, resulting in high-sided pond. The oldest mound on record was 1,300 years old and reached the height of 160 feet, 50 meters. The Mackenzie runs from Great Slave Lake to a sea, but its catchment area is the size of the Europe. So what we were trying to do is we read about two natural wonders from the list of 1001 natural wonders you must see before you die. And this is compilation done by Reader Digest, and we are reading that. And what will happen? We'll come to know about the places. We'll come to know about the difficult words or vocabulary words that are being used. So this is what we are doing in this session, live session. What did we learn in the second about the second place that we read about, Mackenzie Delta? During the dark cold, let me just see the word that I found could be. I found something useful for you, revealing the fan-shaped network of rivers. Okay. Erosion is the word. Erosion is the word that I found something different here. Eroding islands. And the most recognizable features are conical mounds. Conical mounds. Mounds is something, mounds, something that you can look for your vocabulary practice and find these words. So whatever I'm calling upon, you can try to find those words, and when you you are in the process of doing this, you will be trying to, you will encounter many more words, and my suggestion is that you should try to find more and more. So one word leads to another, and another word leads to the next one, and this is how you have to keep on finding new words and add in your vocabulary. At the center of each is the block of solid ice, and that pushes up hillock into hillock. Hillock is another word that you can look for. The center caves in. Cave is another word. Cave is how do we say? It's a depression kind of thing which you find in the hills. So normally it was a place, kind of a hideout, where people used to hide themselves, and it used to be free from rain. And of course, some of the caves are so beautifully done that they are no less than a house. Okay. The oldest mound on the record was 1003 years old, reached the height. Okay, runs from Great Slave Cave. All right. Catchment area. Catchment is another word. Rather, it has to be taken together. So, catchment area is the area which could refer to, normally, it refers to, in case of when we have the dams, we have the reservoirs, we have blocked the water for, maybe for irrigation purpose or to produce electricity, and the area that fills in, the water that fills in the area which is on the upstream of the dam, that's called catchment area. So it generally runs into kilometers, and it's pretty wide also sometimes. So that area is called catchment area. It's generally an earmarked area because you're not supposed to be in the catchment area. And of course, you have to be very careful even in the downstream of the dams, because dams, whenever they are flooding, whenever they are beyond a particular level, they release water, and that water comes to the downstream of the dams, or the so sorry, there was some noise outside. So on the dam side, on the catchment area side, you have the reservoir. Reservoir is always in the catchment area. So reservoir is another one that you can look for. Reservoir, and it was catchment area. All right, so that's it for today, and I think whatever I've given you the words, you will find them in the description. So you should try to build your vocabulary, add those words in the vocabulary. It's not going to harm you anyways. And it's a request that those people who are watching us, those people who see our videos, they are only watching us and not subscribing. So it's a request from their side that please, those who are watching me and the video that we are putting on live, and then making our effort to really give you the inputs, you can subscribe as well, so that we can match up with the analytics that we are getting, that yeah, we have so many impressions but we don't have so many subscriber base. We need to bridge that gap, we need to lessen that gap. So please help us in doing that. And as we you can also give us the suggestions that what we should be going ahead with. For the time being, I'm going to practice this reading part so that we learn lots and lots of words, and you can listen, or you can know about the places, add in your knowledge base about these places. I hope it's going to be of some use to you. Thank you very much for joining, and see you next time tomorrow. Thank you very much. Good night.